Marie-Josée Berard. I'm from Montreal, Canada, and I've been in the Sunshine State for 22 years. I'm a very proud mom. My daughter is 26 years old. She's a professional soccer player, and my son is 21, and he's in nuclear engineer in the Navy. And I've been with my husband for 14 years. I'm a business owner. My business is Infant Massage Institute, but we're now doing business as Baby Wellness Massage. I'm a CU provider, so I teach other people, other massage therapists, about baby, pregnancy, and that's what I'm specialized. Pregnancy, I'm so sorry, it was knocking on the door, so I'm like, no, you can let the package there. I'm here live. Okay, so we do pregnancy, postnatal, and baby massage. And I was giving a baby massage class this week, and I had a mom asking a really good question. She was asking me about if the baby had fever, should I massage him? And it's a great question. I put it on Instagram. Nobody answered yes or no. I guess everybody's scared, but for me, with all the experience I have, it's, just take a break. The baby had fever. He's fighting something. You can, when I do virtual, I use that little one. So you can sponge the baby with slightly warm water, breastfeeding more frequently, so you hydrate the baby and the comfort of the baby, and, a lot of rest. If the baby is under 3 months and he has fever, you just consult your pediatrician right away. Don't wait. You never know what's going on. But for massage with fever, it's a no. Thumbs down. Today is Winnie the Pooh International Day, and National Day because it's in America. Winnie the Pooh is very popular. My daughter loves Winnie the Pooh, and Winnie the Pooh is always say what day it is, and then Piglet say it's today, and Pooh answer my favorite day. So it's always favorite day, and for me too, every day is different. It's always my favorite day, and today is a really favorite day because I had the best of the best speaker, and I'm really excited to introduce my next guest speaker. So let me check here if we have. Okay, perfect. Let's say, make sure everything's working. Perfect. So all the viewer, for now, I encourage you to like and share the video, and even the people who are listening after. There you go. Being looking forward to this live. Okay, Alicia, yay. I love you too. So I'm gonna introduce the speaker because she's really awesome. So her name is Ifat Khan. She's the owner of the Yoga Nest, Florida. She's a registered yoga teacher, a registered prenatal yoga teacher. She's an internationally certified doula with Network Doula of the World. She is a mother of 3. She herself has experienced giving birth at a hospital, birth center, and also her own birth. That's so exciting. We're going to talk about that because so much knowledge we can learn from her. It was her home birth journey, including a couple of miscarriages, that sparked the passion for her to support other women and their partner during pregnancy, birth, and beyond. At the studio, Ifat has a passion for offering guidance and support physically, emotionally, and spiritually. She enjoys working with couples facing their fear, explore to view pain from different angles, and empower couples to strengthen confidence in themselves. Coming from the yoga background, she likes to incorporate posture, breathing technique, and guide meditation as she guides you to have the best possible birth experience. In addition to teaching yoga, she encourages her client to also ask questions and learn from each other's experience by building a community of openness and non-judgment at the studio. Welcome, welcome. Yes.
Package, I have the long people.
There you are.
That's what happens when we work from home.
I know. It was like, really? Well, it's okay. It's fine. We have to go with it.
I'm sure he's not going to be here long, so.
We don't hear it.
Okay, good. Good, good, good. Nice to be here. Nice to be with you.
Good. Thank you so much. I heard from the first time about you from Elisha Kuta. She's my acupuncturist. She's so awesome, and she was telling me, she is so. I took class with her. She's so cool.
Aw.
I was like, yeah. I need to really meet with her. And then Elisha just had the baby too. So precious baby. And then
Yeah.
you this weekend it was the Yes Weekend Mom Conference, and Ifat was on the panel as the expert for mind, body, and soul, or nurturing the mother. So congratulations!
Yay. It was nice. It was really nice. And it was good to see you. And it's funny how everything kind of comes together, right?
Yes, yes,
I
yes.
get
And I
to
was
see you just a couple of days before interview, and we've never met before.
no, but we have so many patients in common too because I've been massaging, and when they saw that I was doing that live, they're like, "Oh, she's awesome. She really care about her people." And other thing that people mention that they really like about you for the um, postnatal yoga is that you really incorporate the baby instead of just
Yeah,
having the baby there. So that's something
I
that they
try.
really enjoy. Yeah, you're doing a great job. They're all telling me.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I
Welcome.
like what I do.
Yes. Well, when they have everybody talking about you like that, it's really like you enjoy and you care, and that's why it grows so quickly. Um,
Mhm.
I wanted to ask you because not most, but a lot of my speakers were coming from outside Florida. You're from Israel, and we
Yep.
always try to learn new languages. So, do you have anything that I can learn? Say hi or thank you.
Well, it depends. What do you want to learn? Hi is just hi, or shalom. You know,
Um,
shalom is also peace.
okay.
Um, thank you is toda, toda,
Toda.
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 And love is ahava.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ahava.
Ahava.
Yeah. There's a line of ahava products from the Dead Sea. So maybe you've used that before. Ahava.
Ah,
But Hebrew is a tough language.
yeah. It's like, okay, I'm going to keep practicing with all my friends.
Yeah, you can say toda. Toda is a really good word.
Toda. And I thought
Toda.
shalom was like bye, but I didn't know it was like hi. Or is
It's
it
hi, it's bye, it's peace.
okay? So at least I learned something. It's hi to shalom.
Yeah, shalom.
Cool. Okay, so let's talk about the subject. I know you have 3 kids. How old are they again?
So I have a 14-year-old,
Ooh,
14 and a half, almost 15, and a 13-year-old and 11-year-old. I actually had my kids super close.
and boys or girl?
2 boys and a girl. So boy, girl, boy.
Oh, okay. Were you lucky? I was going because for me, I have a boy and the girl gave me so much more trouble than the boy. But at least you have 2 boys. I was going with you, and
Um,
it's the rough part.
different phases of their lives.
Yeah.
They're giving me more and less issues, and they're very, very different too. So the trouble is different, just different ways of handling them too. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't think I feel like actually my girl is probably the easiest, if
Oh,
to
you
be
look.
completely honest with you. Yeah, it probably the easiest. I mean, emotionally, she's way more sensitive than the boys.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but she listens better, and she has a character where she wants to help. She wants. I don't know if it's good or not, but she wants to
Oh, that's
maybe be recognized for helping. She wants to be good. I think it's both from the inside and the outside a little bit. Like she really cares, kind of like me and super sensitive. We cry about literally everything. And I feel also where it's could be dangerous, not dangerous, but a little iffy, is when you want to please everybody else. That could kind of become later
yeah.
on in life a little bit of an issue. So I mean,
Mhm.
she's gonna have her journey, and she's gonna have to work on
Okay.
that.
It sounds like she's a mini you right now. So
Yeah, she's a good person, so I feel like everybody has to deal with something. Everybody has challenges that they have to deal with. So
yeah, if it's not something, it's something else. We
yeah,
all have different one.
everybody,
Yes.
everybody.
Okay. So you mentioned that you had one kids was born in a hospital, one in a birth center, and one at home. So I
Yeah.
want to ask you, what is your take on the different one?
Um, okay, so first of all, my plan from the get-go was to have a natural birth. I never wanted to be in a hospital. So let me just put it out there. And I don't think that that's for everybody. I think that that's a personal choice. But for me, that was definitely like 100%. I did not want to go into a hospital. But it didn't work out like that. I was planning a birthing center birth, and my water broke prematurely before labor even started. And then, it just took forever. At some point, the midwives told me that I needed to transfer. So
Mm.
I tried to resist for a few hours, and then eventually I'm like, okay,
Go.
I'll go. So I went to the hospital. But I have to say that the doctor that was at the hospital at the time was very understanding. He understood that I was coming from, wanting an all natural birth.
Yes.
And if I remember correctly, I cried. I said, please, no C-section.
Mhm.
And he said, no, don't worry, no C-section, you're going to be okay. So it ended up being vaginal birth. I did get Pitocin, and I did get the epidural.
Mhm.
Um, and I mean, I was disappointed for sure for a little while, but I worked through it. And, when I got pregnant again, I said, okay, no, I gotta do what I want to do. So I have to try again for the natural birth. And, um, the second time, it was super fast. Even though my water broke at exactly the same time, 2 a.m., before everything started, I'm like, oh my God, you must be playing with me. Like the universe is testing me. I
Yes.
was freaking out. It's like, no, I can't do 30 something hours again. But it was seriously 5 hours from start to finish. It's like, it was amazing. And then the third one, after having a hospital birth and then, getting the natural birth that I wanted, I said, well, okay, well, I gotta at least try home birth. So home birth is the best.
Awesome.
It really is. It's so nice to stay home and not have to go anywhere. And, the care from midwives is very much, the best care, in my opinion. They have so much patience and love. And also, midwives do that, I feel, from a place of loving every minute of it, and dedicating themselves. And I felt so cared for. And I didn't have to leave the house.
Yeah, that's awesome. And like you can bring with your experience, you can bring so much with women because I know that some women are scared, and now it's kind of going on both ways. Some women are scared to go to the hospital.
Yeah.
Some are scared to go to be at home. But you can transit from one to the other. So I
Yeah.
think for all the moms that are pregnant now, don't worry and prepare and have your plan with the midwife or doula, and it
Yeah.
could go anyway. And
Yeah.
it's gonna bring you.
I think it's important to know what you want, and I think it's important to do the research. I also think that it's important, not to operate from a place of fear, and to really do your research. So if someone's interested in a natural birth, if they're even thinking about it, I would say definitely go and interview, some midwives in a birth center, interview some home midwives. Sometimes the midwives in the birth center can come to the house. It depends, interview some OBGYNs and make sure that they're on your page, so that you're all on the same page. Because you know, it depends what you want. It
Yeah,
really does. And if you,
got
yeah,
different.
yeah.
Yeah.
So if you interview an OB and that seems like the right choice for you, then absolutely you got to go with that. And if you feel like you want to do a home birth, then absolutely go with that. So it's not for everybody, like I said, but
Yes.
I mean, best, honestly.
Perfect. Awesome. Thank you so much for like talking a little bit about all the difference and for the mom pregnant to give them an idea. And if they have question, they can go on the website. Is the
Yeah. Absolutely. It's thenestofl.com. And they can also just, I have classes that are in group. So what we do, part of the yoga classes that we do, so I'm transitioning to that. The What we do in the yoga classes is basically have discussions. People ask questions, and then I'm not the only person to answer. There's 10 other people in the group that can give you their opinions and their answers, and then we honor and respect everybody. So you'll get someone who's having a repeat C-section, someone that doesn't want any drugs, someone that wants only a vaginal birth but wants to do it in a hospital, and then someone that wants a vaginal birth and wants to do it in the water versus someone that doesn't want to do it on the water and just wants to do it in her bed. It doesn't. It's everything is fine, and we
yes,
share openly and we accept seriously every opinion, but we do try to educate. So again, if it comes out of fear and lack of knowledge, then absolutely I will share websites and books and resources. And I think knowledge is power.
yes, I exactly. That's a good phrase. Knowledge is
Yeah.
power. I agree. So you also give yoga, and I like it because it's for all stage of motherhood. And I never
Hmm.
thought about fertility yoga. So can you talk a little bit about fertility yoga?
Sure. So that's relatively new. I've always taught prenatal. From the moment I started teaching yoga was my choice, because that's where I felt the best. When I took my prenatal yoga classes, I was like, oh, this is great. I can take some time off and find peace and connect with other people. And then I realized there's more and more people that are not able to get pregnant so easily.
Mhm.
And they also need community.
Yeah.
They also need to be able to share in a safe space and maybe cry or rejoice or any of that. But I wanted to know, okay, so what kind of yoga is it different from prenatal yoga? And then I started getting into, just the cycle, the monthly cycle and menstruation, when we have more energy, when we have less energy, just getting to a little bit more knowledge on ways to get pregnant, such as IVF, just to give one example. And then what are we supposed to do? So before and after and within the process. And so it's a little different because I feel like we tend to push almost
Mhm.
always. And we tend to feel like there's more benefit in hardcore working out and and a lot of effort. And it's actually interesting that in order for us to become more fertile, we need to kind of slow down and
Mhm.
find more peace and um, take poses and positions that allow us to rest and relax a little bit more. So it tends to be a little bit more toward the restorative yoga than the vinyasa yoga. But for people that are very aware or getting to know their cycle, it can have a variety of styles. So depends where you are in your cycle. You can do a little bit more or a little less. Or let's say right after having treatments, you definitely want to slow down and
Yeah.
be more meditative and more restorative.
For me, I would encourage all like the women who want to be pregnant, even if they don't have any problems with fertility, that they're thinking about getting pregnant. I think they should do your class for fertility because, I talked with the acupuncturist, Elisha. She helped a lot of women get pregnant too. And it's just about before getting pregnant, it's so important to prepare your body. And I talked
Yeah.
about that with Dr. Amadi. We always usually think, oh, okay, I'm pregnant now. What should I do? But it's really start before you're
Yeah.
pregnant and prepare your body to get
It's
pregnant.
always better to prepare. I think it's best if we just make yoga a habit forever and incorporate it with other things too. So it's not like you have to do yoga every day of your life and that will guarantee anything, because there's no guarantee for anything, literally, right? And I know some people really like running and working out and lifting weights, and that's wonderful, you know. But yeah, I would definitely say that there's a need for almost everybody to slow down a little bit and stretch a little bit and
Yes.
breathe a little slower and meditate a little more. And I think that's a good opportunity, even if it's just once a week, to do just that.
Mhm.
And then either do it in private or in a group, it really doesn't matter, but that gives you the opportunity, that time to take for yourself. And even if it's just to get to know your body, even if it's just to get to know yourself, even if it's just to kind of slow down and listen, it cannot, there's no side effects. It's not, that's not a drug, you know. It's just going inward and making sure that you take time for self-care. And you know, I obviously think that yoga is amazing, but it doesn't have to be yoga. It can be, you know, a walk on the beach or listening to the waves or the ocean or whatever makes you happy.
I think a little bit of everything. It's always about
Yeah.
balance. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you do anything virtual?
Oh yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
who doesn't? I'm doing something virtual with you right now.
Yes.
Um, yeah. Well, I was doing a lot of virtual, you know, last year and the year before, and now I do it per need, per request. If someone's far and I don't want to drive that far, or I'm not even able that it's that far, then definitely. I had some people on the west coast of Florida doing virtual with me, and that was fun because that allows you to get to people that you wouldn't normally get to. Um,
That's what I was
I
thinking. Because we reach people, I have people in Canada. It's everywhere. So
Right, right. So absolutely. I mean, that is one thing that we discovered, right? No, I mean, during the pandemic, that you can literally go anywhere and stay home. I did a bunch of courses for myself too with people from all over the world,
uh-huh.
even Australia. I did courses with people in Australia.
Yeah.
So absolutely virtual. You can do anything virtual. Some people will not, so they will only do it in person. And you know, if I'm around them, awesome. If not, maybe they can find someone that's around them. But
Yes.
to answer your question, yes.
Yes. Awesome. Okay, so we went to fertility. Can you talk to a little bit about the prenatal? Because when I was there this weekend, you're talking about the posture that you do with the prenatal yoga.
Yeah. So it's so much more than the postures, but I will say that a lot of the postures that you do in prenatal yoga are very helpful for labor as well. So, you know, you try to kind of practice it in many of the classes, or we do postures that will help position the baby better, you know, preparing for labor, or we do poses that help alleviate back pain or pain in your hips, or kind of help with imbalances. I mean, it's very different from regular yoga because there's a baby growing inside. And so we have to kind of take that into consideration, that there's a baby growing inside. So there's a physical something growing, right? And
Yes.
then there's that spiritual baby growing inside you. So you're preparing mentally, you're preparing
Mhm.
emotionally, and then you're preparing your body. I think it's definitely important to understand that what we do with our bodies, not just during yoga, literally throughout the day, every day, the habits that we have, starting to pay attention to what we do can really make a difference in pain level. Maybe you can avoid pain
Mhm.
and preparing for labor. So where's baby going to be in your uterus, right? Knowing different things that you probably should avoid, and knowing what you can do every day to encourage better balance in your body. So I think that all of it is very helpful for the whole pregnancy and definitely for labor.
I have a message here from Alicia Kuta Bushel. She's saying restorative yoga carried me through my conception, pregnancy, and now postpartum.
Yeah. I
Really?
love restorative yoga. I used to dislike it.
Really?
And then, yeah, and then and then one of my mentors, one of my yoga teachers, she actually offered me, she says, do you want to start teaching restorative yoga at the studio? And I said, um, okay. I mean, I can try. Sounds boring. I don't know.
Yeah.
And so that's when I started. Like, I'm happy to teach and I like people. So let me give it a try and see how I like it. And oh my God, people used to come out of class like on cloud nine and like almost like drugged, like high. And I
Yeah.
was like, this is amazing. So of course I wasn't teaching, it wasn't a prenatal yoga, it wasn't prenatal restorative, it was just
Mm-hmm.
restorative, but that's it. I fell in love with it. And then I of course got all the props possible and started practicing. It's like resting. It's resting with props and just breathing and meditating. It's so awesome and you feel so rejuvenated and so relaxed.
Yes.
I love it.
So what was the what is your background? Was you doing a lot of like sport, like more sport, more active yoga than you didn't really
Um, I was not
want to do
doing not the Ashtanga Vinyasa, no,
uh-huh.
but definitely a little bit more on like Hatha and Vinyasa. So more movement. Even when I started teaching prenatal yoga, I was definitely, it was faster. It was a
Yeah,
little harder.
experience because I was in the Canadian track and field team, and I've been doing massage for 30 something year, and really I didn't understand why pregnant women were going through all these pain, and until I got pregnant, that's when like it just opened everything. But because of my background of you run and you're in pain, you're still running, so I was like,
Mm,
and you don't complain, you just go go go.
yeah.
So I just
Well, competitive is very different, right? But I still understand people who need a dose of, cardio and weights, and that gives them something great. And I get it. I totally get it. I just also think that we need to find the other side of it and just balance. That's all. So, because we all need balance.
yes.
So I think if we incorporate just a little bit of slowing down, I mean, if you like it, you're going to add more of it into your life. But even if you just go once, twice a week and you find, 20, 30 minutes just to slow down, because everything is so fast and we're ADD, almost all of us.
Yes, and that's what was a little bit for me to the COVID time is to like relax more and enjoy the time doing nothing. I don't
I
know.
know.
It was
The
awesome.
silver lining.
Yes, always the positive side. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's just I'm trying to stay in that, but it's very difficult because then life start again and you
Yeah.
really
Because we always feel like, we talked about it this weekend, right? We're moms and we work, and you just feel like you're not doing enough of work, then you're not doing enough for your kids. You might not cook enough or you might not clean enough. It's never enough, right? There's always a little bit of that in you. And again, it's about finding the balance in all of it, taking time, still doing, it's boring if I don't do anything. I'm super bored. I can't, but just you can do something and you can do it slowly.
yes, yes, yes. So now we're down to postnatal yoga. So
Yeah.
postnatal, and then you have the mommy and me.
Yeah, I can combine it. I can tell you that. I mean, first of all, everybody forgets about postpartum. That's one thing. So I realized that I was only teaching prenatal, and then what happens after. And mommies were asking me to teach mom and baby. So then, a few years ago, I went to, it's more than a few years ago, probably 8 or 9 years ago, but I went to a training in New York for mom and baby yoga, and I first didn't like it. I guess it's a pattern in me. First, I was like, this is chaotic. The babies are screaming, the moms are frazzled. I don't know what to do. Every lesson plan goes to the garbage every time I try. What am I doing? But then, I started kind of throwing my plans out the window and saying, how about I just hold space? I'll let them share. I'll let them feed, and I'll let them change diapers, and we'll move a little bit in between, and we'll laugh and we cry, and then maybe we'll hug the baby, and we can pick up the baby, and we can do some poses with the baby, and we'll just go with the flow. So once I let go of my I guess rigidity, I was able to really, really enjoy it. And then, of course, you realize how much you need to share in the postpartum period, because you're exhausted, and sometimes you're not very happy, and it takes time to bond with your baby, and finding other people who understand you. And then maybe your breasts are sagging or super full or achy, or you feel like there's stones in there. Maybe breastfeeding is not even a thing for you because you can't figure it out.
Yes.
Diastasis recti, and you pee on yourself, and there's all kinds of weird things that are happening in the postpartum period that nobody really told you about. Today, I think we talk about it more and more, which is awesome. But
Yes.
so I think that postpartum classes really, for me, usually with the baby, unless I do one-on-one, I encourage the moms to bring the baby, and I say, let's try to get like 15-20 minutes without the baby, just doing for ourselves. And then listen, we'll pick up the baby, we'll play with the baby, we'll interact with the baby, we'll do some poses with the baby, and we'll just have fun. And then I feel like because it's so laid back and not necessarily rigid or planned, I think everybody's able to let go. And you give them permission to do whatever they need to do, to feed however they need to feed. And you encourage, I try to encourage, same as in the prenatal classes, like let's not judge. We all tend to judge anyway. Like, you'll be lying if you say that you're not judging, but let's keep an open mind, and learn to accept that everybody's different and
Yes.
have different choices, and they'll raise their babies their way, and
Different
you can learn, you can open your mind. So I think that's the essence of postpartum. It's everything. It's really everything, because it's a new life. It's a completely new phase. And especially I feel like after, your first baby, it's like, what? Life will never be the same.
Exactly. And often, like, even if it's your second or your third, it's never the same. It's, you think it's gonna be the same, but it's not. It's totally different.
Right. You think you know your baby because you had one baby, and then you realize that your second baby is nothing like your first baby. So yeah.
Oh, well, thank you so much. Keep doing your great work, because I only have like people like saying good thing about you. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
No,
you.
it's my pleasure, and thank you for inviting me and doing your work. And I
Yeah.
feel like, it's nice to connect with people in the business, in the community.
Yeah, we'll do more stuff together. It's like we gotta kind of have the same idea. So I'll be
Awesome.
connecting more with you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
For the
Have a good
viewer,
one.
thank you. For the viewer that enjoyed the conversation and thinking that, oh, that would be good for my friend, it's going to be posted on Facebook, so you just can share it everywhere. And for the people who it's their first time, I do a wellness talk every month. Next month will be Joy Acaso. She's an anxiety support coach and a psychotherapist, so she'll be with us next month. So I'm very excited. So remember, be yourself, because everyone else is already taken. Thank you so much for being with us. I will see you next one. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.